Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Criz Milz, the chairman, man. We here again for the second week for the new podcast. Not so new now, but it's still the podcast, the Bghe Worldwide Music Podcast with myself. Coming on soon. We're gonna have D-Swayze and Haywire, man. Haywire Da Legend, man. I just want to give a few announcements of what's going on. I want to give a special RIP anniversary to my Aunt Doris. Her anniversary is July 7th. My father's birthday is tomorrow. My Uncle Jimmy's birthday, my father, rest in peace, and my Uncle Jimmy's birthday is the 12th. And then I just found out a very close friend of mine that I consider a big brother, man, Robert Dollar Lewis, man. He passed away, man, a couple days ago, man. And that was like one of the guys that raised me in Gary, Indiana, off 25th Ave. I lived on 27th in Monroe. He lived on 27th in Madison. Real good dude, man, and passed of natural causes from complications that he had from something that happened in '97. But like I said, I want to give a RP anniversary to my Aunt Doris, a RP to my guy, Robert Dollar Lewis. Happy birthday to my pops, rest in peace, Vernon Lane. And happy birthday to my Uncle Jimmy, whose birthday is July 12th. I see right now, man, we got in the back, man, we got D-Swayze and we got Haywire Da Legend back there in the back, man. We're about to get everything popping. I got a couple of things I got to talk about that I missed last week when we were talking about ourselves. I didn't get a chance to mention one of the co-founders that helped me, that we helped each other find this Big Game Hunters Entertainment Worldwide Music Group, and now Big Game Hunters Entertainment Worldwide Music Podcast, Ivory Holman Jr., who actually passed away July 4th. We went to high school together, man, was close as ever, man. That's like my brother right there, bro. And he really is the one that came up with the name Big Game Hunters, man. And I added on the Worldwide Music Group to it. And we used to rock out, man. We used to rock out in the G, rock out in Indianapolis with my brother Tabor and Rail G, Cold Steel, man. Shout out to Superman and Spider-Man who used to do our music and all that. And it was myself, Fly Baby, and my cousin Hollywood, man, and we used to rock out, man. So I just want to get those announcements up and out and get those announcements out there because we missed those I missed those last week, I should say. And we're going to keep this thing going, man. And I'm about to bring on Haywire Da Legend and D-Swayze right now.
What's going on? What's happening?
How y'all feeling?
Good evening.
Hey, don't matter. Don't worry about the bandage on, man. Had to take care of the old man responsibilities today.
We know about the song.
Hey,
Hey,
man. It don't matter, you know.
Yeah, man. Old man.
It's maintenance, man. It's maintenance,
Yeah,
Bill, you know.
That's what it is, man. That's exactly what it is, man. So, man,
was you working on your crossover? Yeah, you can be real with it.
It's true.
Nah, if I was working on my crossover, bro, you know, I'll be out of it, man. I ain't picked up a ball in about 5 years, bro.
No, it's right like now.
Hey, look, y'all will be having a meeting about me because I'll be missing the show, bro.
Oh man, check him out.
Bro. But yeah, man, I had to get that off, man, because I can't forget my guy Ivory, man. He's a real focal point of Big Game Hunters Entertainment, man. He's the one that came up with the name, bro. And I forgot about him last week when Swayze asked me the question about BGHE, man. And that's one man I can't forget, because if it wasn't for him in 1999 coming up with the name, bro, BGHE wouldn't be here today, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Right.
Yeah, all the way up. Definitely prayers all the way up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So today, man, I guess we're getting into this music business 101, huh?
Yes, sir.
It's a cold business, man. It's
Definitely.
a cold business.
It's
Cold
cold.
business, man.
Cold business.
Very much. See, some people they get lost in the imagery of the situation. You know what I'm saying? They think that what they see is basically the key in order to be off in this hip hop game that we all try to strive and participate in, man. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
not.
facts, man. It's a whole facade, bro. It's a real facade, man. People think the cars they have in their videos is real, the jewelry they have on is real in theirs, and with me being a part of this game for like 27 years, man, independent, been around celebrities and all that, I'm the one that basically was the guinea pig for everybody else that's in the crew, bro. You know what I'm saying? I went through everything so y'all wouldn't have to go through it, man. So today we pretty much gonna drop some of them gems. We ain't gonna drop everything. We ain't got enough time for that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got enough time. But we're gonna drop some gems on y'all today. Some of the gems we're gonna talk about is like the 15 mistakes artists make in the music industry, the 5 things you need to look for in a music contract. We're gonna talk about the ways to get paid independently, online and physically, like out there. A couple ways to get paid is actually really, if you want to really be real about it, making making money in the music industry is like 70 different ways, and it's more than that, really. But we're gonna touch on a few of them. We ain't gonna touch on all of them. We're gonna touch on a few of them, and then we're gonna get into the band segment. Then we got a good one for y'all on this one, and then we're gonna get into the love brief segment. And we're gonna that's gonna be the show for today, man. So, man, we're gonna get into this. The 15 things that you shouldn't do. That you shouldn't do in the music industry, man. That artists do and basically do it wrong. They think this is the way to go, but it's not the way to go. All right.
Absolutely.
So who want to start first? You want me to start? Haywire, Swayze,
start it up, man. Y'all started up.
I'm gonna start it off with one of the first mistakes that artists make, man. Their image is not compelling to their music. So basically, like some people got people that they grew up with and know, and how they rap and how they make music and create music is not them. So their image and music don't match. It don't mesh. And that's one of the biggest problems in the industry that we have. Is artists trying to be something that they're not. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll be the first person to tell you that it's entertainment. I'm the first person to tell you that. But once you take it outside of the studio and try to apply it to real life, that's the very mistake that you make. Because if you've never done it in your life and now you're trying to do it because you're an artist, that's the very first mistake that you make. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's a lot like that.
So, definitely. You know, that definitely is a key point, Mills. Because a lot of artists, you know, they run around and they think that it's a cakewalk. That they really think that just because you have talent that you're going to be signed to a deal, and it doesn't work like that, man. You know, it doesn't work. You know, nowadays it's not even about the talent; it's about your grind. It's about your consistency into the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not about how many good your bars are. It's not about that. You know, and I think a lot of these young artists are thinking, you know, man, I got bars. Somebody gonna sign me. No, they're not gonna sign you because you got bars. They're gonna sign you off your work ethic. Work ethic is key. You have to have a strong work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something that, you know, these younger artists coming up need to definitely focus on is their work ethic in music, man. It's an important repetition. You know, you have to stay consistent, and it's not all about talent no more. Even though back when we were coming up, it was about the talent. Now it's flipped. It's been a 360 flip. Now it's more about, you know, the numbers and so forth on Facebook. So, you know, definitely, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Absolutely.
And go ahead, Haywire.
So, kind of tapping in on what Swayze was talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely all about the hustle that you put into yourself. Because once you get out there and you put yourself in a position to be an artist, you
Mhm.
now have the obligation to be professional about this situation. And if you don't put in that ethic, and that kind of shows the belief that you have in your own self and in your own talent that you may have. You know what I'm saying? Some people down themselves and not wanting to put too much effort in them because they believe that the imagery and the bars is going to be the road that takes them down to this prosperity road of music when it's a lot more that you have to tap into in order to maintain some type of consistency as being relevant into this industry because you know trends change like you change your socks on your shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You got to learn how to keep up.
Yeah, no, that's 100% facts, man. Um, we're not gonna really get into all 15. We're gonna touch on a little bit of them, back and forth. Um, really want to get into this next one. This next one is a big one for me, man. This next one is pretty much stop believing that social media websites is the key to online music promotion. Let me repeat that. Stop thinking that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is the key to online music promotion because it's not. It's not. We
It's
have
not
we have a, we it's a lot of other ways to promote yourself. You know what I'm
absolute.
saying? And we have to really dig into what promotion and marketing really is.
Right.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So,
Because
Haywire, how do you feel about that? Even though it's one piece of the marketing puzzle, how do you feel about everyone using social media as that marketing platform?
well, to be honest, like if you use it properly, it can be beneficial to you, especially if you're trying to promote yourself. Um, as you mentioned, it's not the only road that you're able to take. Some people don't understand that there was no such thing as social media back in the day. You know, it was straight out the trunk. You're
Yeah.
popping in the CDs, pressing them out. You know, you had to put investment into yourself. You know, and by putting that investment into yourself and actually interacting with the people, you know, to get to know certain people. And some people probably don't understand the presentation of how your music sounds. That's the reason why you out there and foot. Now, technology honestly has made it a little bit more simple to skip that stage of the game now. But back in the day, you know, when P was coming out, shout out to No Limit, you know, the UGKs and all that, they was coming straight out the trunk. You listen to every song possibly from 8 Ball all
Yeah.
the way down. And you tell you the importance of emphasizing your trunk skills, selling them straight out the trunk, man. That method and that energy isn't used anymore because of the simplicity of what technology has at your hand. Click
It,
of a
it
button.
made us, it
So
made us lazy. It made us lazy. That's what it did.
it makes you sit down. So therefore, you don't even interact with the people that supposedly are supporting your campaign that you're trying to run. You know, if you're not being consistent with it and developing that fan base that you desire or may want. You know, people feel like all you got to go is just be like, oh, I'm an artist, buy my CD, without giving yourself a proper presentation or something like a bio to actually sell and market yourself. So therefore,
Mm.
it'll interest. It's a lot that goes along with it.
Yeah, that's facts, Swayze.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, let's be honest. Social media definitely is a key factor in the music business. But it's more, you know, what I'm saying social media it'll get you in the door, but it's not going to get you paid. Like if you're trying to get paid, you're going to have to be more hands on. You're going to have to be out there, and you're going to have to be on the pavement, pounding that pavement. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, social media definitely it's a start, but it's not the end game result. You know what I'm saying? And I think everyone thinks because they have a major presence on social media they're actually doing something. But that's just one key small factor of it when there's so many different facets of the music business that, you know what I'm saying, there's more where you need to be hands-on. You got to have merchandising. There's so many different things that come along with getting the deal or being, being respected as a true artist. Because you have a lot of social media hip hop artists that they're content with just, if they get 1,000 views on YouTube or Facebook, they're content with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's good for some. But if you're trying to take it to the next level of greatness, then you need to be out there consistently working. You know what I'm saying? Dropping, your albums, mixtapes. Like, you can't do a mixtape every year and expect to get a result. Like,
Right.
It's consistency. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, social media definitely is the platform. Because back when we was coming up, there wasn't no social media. You had your shit in your trunk, banging your stuff in your trunk. Man, you was on the phone. You was sending, back in the day, you had an envelope. You was sending your tape or your CD to these record labels. You'd be looking online. You'd be looking up trying to find record labels to send your music to, hoping. So, with that, now it's just like it's a broader horizon for the youth, where it's a bigger spectrum where people are able to, they're able to do more. So social media definitely has the tools, like we said in the beginning, but it's not the end result. Mills?
Yeah, no, that's all 100% fact, man. And I agree with both of you all, man. Like, social media is a factor. It's not the key factor, but it's a factor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people out there that's really that drop gems every day, man. Every day when it comes to this music industry, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got Wendy Day. I talk about, and D-Swayze, I talk about Wendy Day all day, every day, bro.
Right.
Like, she I call her the key. She's the key to the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? And she has a podcast called The Cheat Code, man. And the cheat code, you know what I'm saying, is something that all artists need to look at. You know what I'm saying? They need to look at it because they drop nothing but gems on there, man. You know what I'm saying? And with those gems that they're dropping, you know what I'm saying, you can't say that, oh, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that because they're giving you the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, you want me to be 100 with you? The reason I put this podcast together for us is because it's another way for us to promote, brand, and get streaming numbers.
Absolutely.
With us, when we're on Spotify, when we're on iTunes, when we're on Google Music, when we're on all of those platforms, when they replay and we play our music, our registered music, we get those streaming points, bro. That was my main reason for doing this for us, bro. It's just another platform for us to do what we need to do music-wise, and artists that we mess with, and artists with hot music, bro.
Right. Definitely. Right. And also to bring awareness to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're doing is it's about us spreading back to them. So we're doing this for us, but it's also definitely to bring awareness to someone that that may not be aware of these things, like the knowledge that you bring, Mills. Like, what I'm saying, you're real educated as far as the music business. What I'm saying, that's something that you're strong with. So you setting this podcast is just a platform for you to speak, for us to speak, and for us to trickle this down to someone that may not have the insight of the knowledge that you bring in, or that we're able to obtain through our journeys in our life. So we definitely commend you on that, for bringing us together, man. It's definitely important, what I'm saying, to have brothers like you in our community, man. Definitely. So salute you on that, bro.
So let me give me that plug one more time. Y'all get a chance every Wednesday. Check out The Cheat Code with Wendy Day, Juggernaut, and Ferrari, man. They dope as ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? They know this game inside out. I learned a lot from them. You know what I'm saying? When people call me and ask me for answers, you know what I'm saying? They laid out the blueprint for us. Man. So big shout out to them, man. For sure on this situation, man. Another one, man, that we're gonna get into. Learn the music business.
One more again.
Say that again, man.
Learn the music business. Everything that we do, if you're talking about the music business, the entertainment business, the welding business, construction business,
The cooking
bank
business.
business, cooking business, what all of those have in common is what? The word business.
Learn the business.
Learn the
Cause see,
business. Man.
cause see, if I may, you know what I'm saying. That's where a lot of people get the concept wrong. As I was mentioning a little earlier, they think that the imagery and the videos, and they think that if somebody sees that, that's what it is. No, there's behind the scenes situation that you must take time to invest in order not to get in that hamster wheel. We're gonna tap into that too. But if you tap into the hamster wheel, that's on your own fault. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why there's certain podcasts like the one that we on right now, the ones that are out there to relay this information so that people are knowledgeable of how to be able to get out there if they feel as though they want to be independent and successful in this thing. Because honestly, some people, they keep the information to themselves. They don't want to see the next one succeed because they even the envy about something about the situation, or the envy is not, somewhere of yours. So they're gonna hide the information, even though they know it's something that is valuable. And that's something that really needs to stop, man. Because it seems like that's another form of hating, to actually not want to pull somebody else that is trying to go to the elevation of their craft. Like, at the end of the day, you don't want to see everybody win. That's the question you should ask yourself, man. So being able to, relay these situations that you putting out there in scenarios and how to make it, man, you got to be real with yourself and understand, man, this is more 90% business than it is 10% talent, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Definitely it is, and the game is wide open right now. If you look at it, there's not a lot that are getting signed. It's all about independent right now. You know what I'm saying? Independent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, people think you're not. A lot of these labels, they're not signing no artists really. They're signing independent. Like, they'll give you the distribution, but you got to have that grind. Like, you got to have them numbers up. So you know what I'm saying? They're only gonna meet you as far as you meet yourself. So you gotta put in that work, man. You gotta put in that work. These young artists, you gotta put in that work. If you really want it, you're gonna have to meet them halfway, and they're really not gonna sign you to a deal. If they do sign you a deal, you're gonna be enslaved for probably the first 2 to 3 years of your deal, trying to pay back the money that they just put into you. So these artists thinking they run around, oh man, I'm gonna get signed to this deal, I'm gonna get paid. No, you just enslaved yourself. Period.
Yeah. That's all.
What you were saying. And just to tap in on what you were saying, you know what I'm saying? They think that the record label is going to save them. They think that that advance is what's going to take them to the place where they've been trying to fight their way out of, not knowing that's an investment tool that you have to use. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't understand when it comes down to that because they're not taking the time to look at the contracts.
Right.
In their face. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of situations where you're going to need a music lawyer in order to save your craft if you are serious about it. Now, if you just out there all willy-nilly stealing beats off of YouTube and out there rapping for the hood, you know what I'm saying? And out there beeping, you know what I mean? And thinking that the beat gonna just drop somebody from MCA or somebody be like, hey, would you like a deal? You know what I'm saying? Some people will go to the extent of putting themselves out there as unfortunately a weak link because they see this an easy out without knowing and understanding that these people just threw you a fish hook, man, and you just got hooked right onto it because you looked at what it is that they were putting in your face instead of looking at the fine print that was the bottom of that black and white. You see what I'm saying? You got to take the time to read anything that's put in your face that's regarding your craft because you have to look at yourself as an asset. You are marketing yourself. So everything that you create, everything that you put out there is value.
Yeah, that's 100% correct, bro. That's 100% correct, man. And we're about to touch on that right now, man. It's basically the 5 key things to look for in a contract. So what you were just talking about, the fine print and all of that, that's called the terms and conditions. You know what I'm saying? of what you have to abide by in those contracts. You know what I'm saying? So when that's the main part that your lawyer and your lawyer will read and you would have to understand, because that's what you abide by in those contracts. When they give you those advances, they're going to recoup those advances for you.
That's off the top. You got to get
Before
that back first.
Off top.
Off
the dribble.
And a lot of artists get stuck. And a lot of artists get stuck in that, man. They don't understand. Like in the beginning, like artists, like when they sign a contract, they're not making money off any tours or anything. They're making money off, like it's their merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get money off your merchandise. You're not making no money off no concert until you pay back that debt. You sign your name on that line. You got to pay that back first before you receive any type of cash. So a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, they're not making money. These artists are going on these tours. They're making money off their merchandise. They're not making money off the tour.
And you got to look at it this way. That's why a lot of artists are staying independent, because they don't want the label dipping into their concert money, their merchandise money, their music money, everything that has to do with them making money. They don't want the label to be dipping in that. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to understand and learn the terms and conditions. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about the terms and conditions that a lot of artists don't look at and understand is that if the company or whoever you sign to doesn't abide by those terms and conditions in the length time that's in those terms and conditions, that contract can be broken. See, a lot of artists don't know that.
They don't know that.
Those terms and conditions, if the guidelines are not abided by, that contract can be broken.
Right.
So that's one of the things you look at. The other thing you gotta look at is the pay. So that's what we were talking about: record advance, royalties, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Your publishing income, all of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You really, really have to pay attention to those numbers, those splits, and all that, and understand what they are. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to you about it because you can generate from licensing, streaming, download, sales, all of that, bro. Selling your music on iTunes and all of that. That's how you make your money. But you got to understand the split and keep up with what you're selling.
Yeah.
Like when you're working a 9 to 5, if you're not keeping up with how many hours you work and they short you hours,
show ass.
I don't know what you exactly supposed to get paid.
Right. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, like they used to say back in the day, man, the rap game like the dope game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a business that you're running out there, man. You ain't gonna let the business fold, ain't you? You know what I'm saying? So you gonna make sure that your accountants is straight. You gonna make sure the product done. It's the same way that goes when you was back in the day, pressing up those CDs, pressing up them mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Product, man.
Hey, Haywire, hold up. You said like the rap game is like the dope game. No, the rap game is like the crabs in a bucket.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not even that dope game. No, that's
everybody
crabs in a bucket.
Look, but see that's
bro. There's no.
But you know what's crazy? This is what I always like to touch on because that's the gap between the old school and the new school. The old school has the skills. You know what I'm saying? The new school has the knowledge of the business. That's why you see all these young dudes with all this money.
Making that money, right?
Because they understand. I know I said before about social media, but they know how to market and brand themselves. That's how they're able to get this money. That's how they're able to brand themselves to this younger crowd. Because only thing, like, take this for instance. If you have 1,000 true fans, 1,000 true fans, and you selling them your album $5, $10, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how you making your money, your merchandise to your true fans that follow you, that repost you, that helps promote you without you having to act them. Once you get those true fans up under you, that's how you make your money in this business independently. Because those 1,000 true fans gonna turn into 3,000 true fans. Them 3,000 true fans gonna turn into 6,000 true fans. You know why? word of mouth has always been the way to market and promote yourself.
Right, definitely.
If you go and eat somewhere and you ain't never been, you about to go eat somewhere you never been there, what you gonna do? Ask somebody else that's been there before, and what's their opinion on the food where you're going to eat. It's word of mouth. It can look as good as it want to look in the picture. On the commercial, it can look as good as it want to do. But if you don't get okay or approval from someone that you actually know, that you trust in and believe in their opinion, it's not going to work. And that's the same thing with music. It works hand in hand the same way.
You know, and you wonder why people use certain strategies like social media at more than actually going hand to hand or actually interacting with certain people. I mean, it doesn't take much to introduce yourself or present yourself if you properly take the time to do the homework to go out there and do it. You know, I know it may feel intimidation sometimes, or you might have that first fear, like, oh, what if they're not gonna like what I'm about to get ready to put out? Like self-doubt starts to occur in you, and therefore it doesn't give you the energy to want to keep on going like that. You know, I had to put myself out there like that one time before. I got to the point where, dang, I just can't be making all this music and don't nobody hear it. Somebody gonna have to eventually hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go to not generic people, but or not organic people, but real people that actually know music and that actually rock with music to get their opinion. So therefore, I would know what changes and adjustment needs to be made. You know, to gravitate so they can come back and they can, you know, eat a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But it's the drive that you put in it yourself in order to get out there. You know, anybody can press the click of a button and put themselves out there and do that. But do you do it just for that day? Do you do it for 2 days? Do you do it for 3 days? The consistency is what's going to put your name out there. And no matter how much talent that you got, if you're not marketing yourself correctly, nobody's going to know who you are. Nobody's going to even take the time to understand who you are. Shout out, I could be hot right now. In the next 30 minutes, there's another hot artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the key is, we say consistent, but the key is the desires of your heart, man. Like people, like you can't be scared in this music shit, man. Like you gotta, like you have to have some heart. Like you can sit up there, there's people on the sideline, they sideline playing, then you got people that's really on the court playing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like y'all know me, Mills. I'll play on the court. I've been dribbling. I dribble the ball on the court. So these artists, like there's a lot of them that they don't understand that if you're timid in music, you in the wrong business. If you're timid, you can have all the money in the world, but if you're timid, then you're going through emotion. I mean, you're just in emotion. You're just in emotion. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be a desire in your heart to really do this. And I think we have people that they actually like the rap lifestyle and look the lifestyle, but they're not true to the art form of being of artistry of art. So a lot of these artists they say they see the boys on TV with the jewelry, with the females and all that. So they want to be a part of the lifestyle. Right. They don't really have the desires to be rappers, bro. They don't really have those desires. Like they don't really desire that shit like we do. Like you know what I'm saying? So once things started to subside for them, then they start to fall back, and then next thing you know, they're not doing the music as much, and then next thing you know, they're not doing it all because their desires in the beginning weren't pure. They didn't have the pure intention to really be artists. There's a difference between rappers and artists. You know what I'm saying? You have, like you said, we're artists because we always evolving. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're never going to, like, this is something that never stops for us. Like, you know, I'll be 70 years old. I'll probably still be rapping. Mills, we're going to be 80, 90. We'll be rapping in our, nigga, we're going to be rapping in our coffins. So you know, so it's, at the end of the day, it's about what do they desire really of their heart? Do they like the lifestyle or do they like the feeling of how it makes them feel inside? Because it's not about nobody else. To be an artist is not about being something what you see on TV. It's about what do you truly desire in yourself.
Facts.
because that's
And
where it
I
comes from.
feel
It
like
comes from within.
I
It
feel
comes
like
from.
it kind of I didn't mean to cut you, but I feel like it kind of got dissolved when people just started using the craft as a financial tool. Like you could tell some of the sounds, there wasn't no effort into it. Like the beat just saves what it is that they say. Like
Right.
it kind of got chiseled and watered down a little bit. Like the essence of making a story was difficult for people to put out there. Like
Yeah.
you had to actually be something of a storyteller in order to participate in what it is called having a wordsmith's craft. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, the good thing about it back then, and we're slowly getting back to that, is that not too many people had the same style back then. You had to have your own style. If you sound like somebody else, you was
Yeah.
biting.
Yeah.
You said to be biting. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And that's how it was back in the day. That's why, when we talked earlier about image and all that, I mean, the reason the J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's, and all them are able to be on the level they are because they're not trying to be nobody. They're just being themselves. And a lot of people are afraid to be themselves in this music business, in this music industry, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
In the music
It's
industry.
Right. Right. And now
it's
you look,
very
now everybody, like you got all these artists and they all sound alike. Nobody has no authentic. There's no authentic in nothing. Like every artist out now, they all have the same cadence in their music.
Yeah.
The beat, the same beat, the same
facts.
beat and the same cadence. Which, you know what I'm saying? Which, hey, we're not here to knock nobody, but we want to see some true art form again, man. Because like I said, it's all becoming dormant down. It's becoming more illiterate and illiterate every year. The music is getting more dormant, you know.
Yeah,
So
I gotta put this out there. My guy, Jody G Mac, man, sent me a verse through Messenger today. And one of the lines he said is like, "I'm not dumbing my music down for you motherfuckers."
man, we got a lot of rappers dumbing it down, man. And you know what?
And shout out to Jody G, man.
They dumb it right, and they dumbing it down, bro. It's crazy, and they dumbing
Yeah,
it down, and they don't know society. That's what they want us to do is dumb our music. They want us
yeah,
to become dormant. They want us
yeah.
all to become dormant and illiterate. So now that
Most
these
definitely.
rappers are becoming more illiterate in what they're saying, is you can't even understand the word. They're not even saying metaphorical words, man. They're just saying, it's like, what did you just say, man? Like, be educated, like, because at the end of the day, it's still about educating people.
Right,
You
no
gotta
doubt.
educate people in your music. Like, there's no education and nothing. It's just how many him and him. I'll be like, what the fuck
Yeah,
did you just say, bro? Like,
yeah.
then
Let me get through these last three on these terms to look for, 5 terms to look for in the contract. So
okay,
we touched on the pay. Let's touch back on the royalties. So when it comes to the royalties, like we said earlier, you know what I'm saying? The royalties before you start getting paid, the label have to recoup. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to get a 50-50 split with a small label. A big label will probably try to give you 10 to 20% of your royalties. You know what I'm saying? So one of the key factors, and I learned this from Dash Dillinger from the Dog Pound all day, bro. What I learned from him, after 35 years, bro, you know your royalties and publishing coming back to you. A lot of artists don't know that. Like a lot of the older artists don't know that. Like it's artists out there that the record was taking their money then. Now they're at the age that they dropped in 87, 88. You know what I'm saying? In that time frame, you know what I'm saying? They're able to now recoup and get all of their publishing and all that stuff back. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the big things that Snoop did with Death Row, with the Death Row situation. You know what I'm saying? It's been 30 years since the first album from Death Row dropped. So once he bought it back, he snatched everything off. You know what I'm saying? Until he got it where the right people gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's how Anita Baker got her masters back. You know what I'm saying? She was able to recoup all of that back because of that 35-year law. Now you put the letter in within the 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to resell it back to them for amount of money, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of these people, you be like, dang, they sold their masters? Yeah, they sold their masters for a huge amount of money. You know what I'm saying? It's like real estate nowadays, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're able to make that money the way you need to make that money. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things you got to know, and that goes back to the terms and conditions that we talked about earlier, you really have to look at those terms and conditions to see what those percentages are and those royalties and all of that, man. You got to really look at, because you got to pay. Don't think you just got to pay for the advance. You got to pay for the studio time. You got to pay for the mix and mastering. You got to pay for the tours that you on. You got to pay for all of that, bro. The label's paying for all of it, and they recouping all of that before you see anyone, bro. So that's that part on that. You know what I'm saying? So the other one is called the deduction, which I just talked about a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Standard deduction is the artwork. You know what I'm saying? The marketing, promotion, the production, the physical manufacturing, all of that. They got to recoup that too before you get your money.
You ain't getting paid. Artists, y'all not getting paid. You're not getting paid.
You're getting paid right then and there.
So thinking that you're gonna get paid, you're not getting paid.
No,
your best bet is, and your best bet, let's just be 100 with them, fellas. Their best bet is to stay independent.
Stay independent and do it all yourself, man.
Get your distribution through a major label, but go independent. Stay independent. Be an independent artist, man. Bust your ass, get your shit together, and then when you want to take to the next level, then when you got your money right, however you get your money right, you know what I'm saying, then you go to these labels for the distribution. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to stand on. You don't want to be stuck up in that 360 deal bullshit, man.
Yeah, that you don't want to be, and you don't want to be stuck into a long-term 7-album deal contract.
Yeah.
So this is the gem that George Daniels told me back in the mid 90s. He's like, to really make money in this game, in this music game, create the concert, put yourself on as an opening act, but you get paid off the whole concert.
That's your best bet.
I've been doing it in the 90s, bro. I done turned down record deals. I done done all of that, bro. And every time I see Uncle G, he'd be like, I think you owe me a paycheck. Because I tell him that every time I see him. He's like, whoa, well, I think you owe me a paycheck then. So I do owe him a paycheck, man. I do owe him for sure. And this last piece, let me get on this last piece real quick before we take this quick break to get into some music real quick. Creative control, man. You gotta have creative control of your music.
Content, man. And it's important to get content out there, man.
Look at Wayne. Look at Lil Wayne. Look at all them artists that ain't got creative control of their music, man. Wayne ain't never been right ever since.
Man. You know, like Wayne is one of the prolific MCs that there is.
Times, bro,
but he's one of those ones. I'm not gonna say he didn't have creative control, but I'm gonna say he's the godfather of how these rappers are looking and acting and being nowadays.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Definitely. Right.
Yeah, right. He's the godfather of that.
He's the godfather of that, man.
Yeah, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, because when he was doing it, he was the first one doing it of his kind. You know what I'm saying? No diss to the early 90s. DOS Effects, you know what I'm saying? Them and rappers like that was the first ones I saw with dreads and stuff like that.
DOS Effects, Cheap, you know what I'm saying?
X-Clan, didn't X-Clan, a couple of them members have?
X-Clan, all of them, bro. That late
underground, you know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes, you know what I mean? Like,
right, the originators, man. Right.
The originators, absolutely.
So there, but that look, because if you notice, when hip hop first started, the look was the rock and roll look.
Yeah.
We didn't have a hip hop image. We didn't have a rap image. It was the rock and roll look. You know what I'm saying? So we went from that to, okay, now we're gonna get into the tracksuit, the Dapper Dan. That was still in New York. Dapper Dan looks with the Gucci's and the Louis Vuitton.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
The Kangos.
UTFO, some original.
Started developing the
Kango Kids. You remember the Kango?
Then we went from that. Then we went from that, you know, to the gangster look, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Like I said, y'all know me, man. Cube is my goat, bro. You know what I'm saying? I still wear the black and whites, bro, or the all black. Me, bro. Black tee, bro. That's me all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I still wait until 2022, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And then y'all gotta look. Pac set it a trend for all hip hop though. When you look at fashion, Pac was one of the he's a trendsetter because Pac set fashion into the whole play of fashion, thug, tattoos. The whole evolution of you look at it, he evolved fashion into our culture, bro.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it this way. Pac was one of the ones that helped Black owners with clothing lines get on. Carl Kanai. Crossers. You know what I'm saying? All of those, bro. Like he the one that went out on the ledge because back then they were giving free stuff. So if they giving you free stuff, why not wear it? It's free. With you being the hottest artist on the planet, you're a walking billboard for their clothing line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he allowed the community. He allowed the community to use him as a walking billboard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. He was a walking billboard for his people, man.
Exactly. And from that, it went from artists becoming the entrepreneurs to start their own clothing line. The Rockefellers, you know what I'm saying? The G Unit, the Sean Johns, all of them. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't have started if Pac didn't do, because the reason Pac changed it up because he learned a lot from Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He used to tell Cube, I want to be like you. And then he said it in one of his songs, okay, I mastered that. Now I have to do something different.
Right.
You know and that's what artists have to understand, man. But those are the 5 points. Just remember the terms and conditions, the pay, the royalty, the deductions, and the creative control. Those are some of the main 5 things you need to look for. We didn't touch on everything in the terms and conditions. We probably do that in a part 2. It's not going to be next week, but a part 2. But man, what we're going to do right now, since we didn't get a chance to do it last week, we're going to get into some of the fam music, man. We're going to get into some 81219 stuff. We're going to get into some Haywire stuff. We're going to get into some Criz Milz stuff, man. And we just about to rock out for like a good 10 minutes, man, before we hit this band segment real quick. We got a band segment for y'all this week. So we're going to go on and let y'all hit this music real quick. You might see us rapping with it. You might not see us rapping with it. But we're about to groove out for a good 10 minutes real quick, 10 to 15 minutes. Let's get it popping, y'all.
Be right back on it.
Back from a little layoff, I up and paid off. I was taking a tab, bitch. A niggas wanted to throw on as if I was home. It wasn't a lie. Shit, I'm on my GI. That God speak over there, whatever applies. With million rise. Money over bro, bitch. International organized tycoon. With weapons like harpoons. Click claws like raccoons. Grew mine like a platoon. Pop booze and broad afternoon. Niggas linking maroon. Click, clack, focus, and zoom. Whoever concerned is boom. Artillery label to home. Back and down on that other shit. Too many of you niggas be out here cutting in Bghe. Give niggas humbling, ready for war, seeking and rumbling, for mumbling. Make you niggas experience me against me humbling. Embrace this rap, I'm bubbling. You whack ass niggas, I ain't stomaching. I'm the shit and I don't care about you raggedy asshole. Grabbing my dick, walk with a limp up with my false original clothes. I've been gone, but now I'm back, I'm still that same asshole. It ain't no love and it shows. It's time to reap what you sow, niggas. Let's rap. Ain't nothing but a mismatch when I verbally attack. I clap about my habitat, Rockefeller with my diplomats. In fact, dope nigga about to relapse. No cap, just yellow tape rap. I'm checking you niggas, temperature thermostat. I overdose like Carl Mitchell. My darkness is always triple. My cycle dropping nothing little. Choose conflict, do or die, nothing simple. I'm a brat from the mad ass middle. Common sense, I'm using my mental. I break my shit to the nickel. If I'm missing the kid official, come walk with me on my DA smarter. Y'all ain't gang, y'all ain't harder. Deep squad like a Million Man March. Hard with heaters and a little bit off. I'm shocking niggas with Mr. Cap in 98. It ain't my fault, I'm still troubled and a badass in 2020. It ain't my fault. Criz Milz, I'm back in charge of God body. State of the art of bad boy. No relation to shine my tax bracket on Amazon. Her mamba mentality carry on. A flow beat on phenomenon. Keep going around me like a leprechaun. Spit nothing but fire, no singing. I'm the shit and I don't care about you raggedy asshole. Grabbing my dick, walk with a limp up with my false original clothes. I've been gone, but now I'm back, I'm still that same asshole. It ain't no love and it shows. It's time to reap what you sow, niggas.
That song back by your boy Criz Milz.
Mills. Ayy. That sound like the motion at hand, fam. Hey.
Man, I do this for my people, feel it in the air like I'm beams on the scene. Veteran with this thing, traveling my own lane now. Let the games begin. I'm going into the end, ain't no turning back. See it open up, hit it strong like a running back against all odds. I emerge, I go tell them that. About to get crucial on everything, no more holding back. Most don't stick to the facts. I'm supposed to believe in that. Chit chat, riff rap, like you got the pack all in the trap, walking with the strap. Dudes ain't even really wanna go and bust that. I come from the trenches where they really gonna bust back. It's a cantaloupe, off impact, make contact. All that pump faking need to stop that. Circle so small you can't see a welcome donut. Explosive and you know that. Motion freeze frame like it's Kodak. In my rear view, I can't see you. Push forward to a clip you. Go hard like I'm supposed to. The Lord help me see through. 10 toes down and the journey still continues. Ready to rock and roll like you too. Boy, I strive, push forward, that's the only thing I know. I strive to do more, to the top I'm gonna go. I strive, can't let these streets eat me alive. I strive, with a vision trying to make it. God willing, I strive, push forward, that's the only thing I know. I strive to do more, to the top I'm gonna go. I strive, can't let these streets eat me alive. I strive, with a vision trying to make it. God willing, hear me out though. Belly going loco. Haters scheming, plot, trying to hit me with them low blows. Sleep on a fella, might need some no-dough. Rape on Cali Park, Southside, yeah, that's Zombo. Throw me out, Debo, that's a no-go. Might mess around, catch a few knees and elbows. Fat boy raised on that brick road. Me and my hermanos don't wanna let me in, so I'm kicking in the back door. Shout here on Fuego, Mr. Hey Whistle. Breaking the knob off, I'm a play them fella forever. Clip anger, no stranger when it comes to making bankers. Can't pasa or Nico safe, tune for the sequel. Transparent, I see through. Elevate from evil. Apply pressure, pulling cables when it comes to getting that paper. Can't be duplicated. Electric, don't approach it. My drive be the reason that fellas stay focused. I strive, push forward, that's the only thing I know. I strive to do more, to the top I'm gonna go. I strive, can't let these streets eat me alive. I strive, with a vision try to make it. God willing, I strive, push forward, that's the only thing I know. I strive to do more, to the top I'm gonna go. I strive, can't let these streets eat me alive. I strive, with a vision try to make it. God willing, I strive. I strive. I strive. I say I strive with a vision, try to make it. God willing. Yeah. I said I strive. I strive with a vision, try to make it. God willing. The light, you on the way. Southside burner, WM Pro. Fly young fella forever. Young fella forever. Yeah. You hear me? I ain't gonna learn today.
Man.
Man, that first one was by your boy Criz Milz, man. You know, it's called I'm Back. And the second one, that second one was, you know, Strive by your boy Haywire Da Legend, man. We about to get into some A1219 though right now, man. We about to get into this video that we shot. This is actually the 10-year anniversary of this video. To be
Indiana, boy, Indiana, the video that shook, the video that brought Gary and Terre Haute together, man.
Most definitely. That's where A1219 come from, bro. A1219, the area code of Terre Haute.
Vigo County, boy. Vigo County, boy.
And then you got 219, the area code of Lake County, you know, GI, baby.
Hoshians in the GI boys, them Hoshians in them GI boys.
Most definitely. One thing about us, man, we might all be in different cities, man, but we all from Indiana, bro. So we about to go and rep that Indiana real quick for y'all, real quick.
Straight like that.
Shout out to the Hoosier State, man.
Man, I'm telling you, better catch up, man. Get off that mustard and catch up.
Indiana, stand up. 812, 219, 317, 765, 574, 260. We out here, y'all. Let's get it.
I'm shining on niggas, blinding niggas, man. Like Stevie Wonder, got that new swag that'll make your girl wanna give me that number. Cocoa butter, complected, green-eyed nigga that can't stand me. Really been hate D-Swayze, baby, cause he bout to rip. I'm reppin' my city, Terre Haute, Indiana. Ain't no blood or no crippin' now. We all on one channel, we win trophies and medals. That niggas hang on they mantle. Be my P.O. and soprano with a bass that'll run through that panel. We dinosaur, you know mammal, you know Discovery Channel. We won't that war, not that battle. Y'all sleepless off in Seattle. We sleep roses and petals and walking roads and sandals. We black diamonds and bells. Hold up, we some rocker for fellas. We rap, we rap, yeah, Indiana rap. 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 We rap, yeah, Indiana rap. We rap, we rap, yeah, Indiana rap. We rap, we rap, yeah, Indiana rap. I rap that Indiana, for sure you know the deal. When niggas getting that guap riding around on big wheels, you know my state is real. I never be ashamed to put it on my back. It's time for us to unite and put Indiana on the map. I'm from the murder cap. I'm from the murder cap. When niggas get down for the still boy and get a banging big booty chick in a Cadillac. No need to hate because my state is full of real niggas on the grind. Good niggas, and we wish you would. We rep that Indiana, that's where it's at. I bet that Indiana don't feel it's trash. Y'all know we what the industry been missing. Sit back, relax, and dismiss. And Bghe is back on the mission. I rep that. We rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap.
We slept on cause nap is a part of our nickname. Capital where we pacing, got lots to pull. Get out of line, got lots to pull. Got killers, real niggas, got rappers and trappers. Got phony niggas and actors. Even got boss that'll clap ya. Got motherfuckers sitting on Drexlers, Jordans and Kobe's and old school. These home tools are Indiana. We some damn fools. Cock your left, cock your right. I'm a Hoosier, Lake County, 21925 West Side, Midtown, Murray Mafia, don't doubt me. Check my resume, I got clout. See, you never heard no bullshit about me. A bitch say Mills got a cold mouthpiece, and them hating ass niggas is obsolete. Millie Macadon ain't got beef, smoke loud leaf, rap hard streets, make outsiders get sweet feet. This kind he release quickly, 19 colony.
We rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap. We rep that, we rep that, yeah, Indiana rap.
HMD, nap time, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, South Bend, Bloomington, Muncie, Anderson, Indiana.
Man, that song's still legendary to this day, bro. I can't believe it's been 10 years, bro.
Hey, man.
I can't believe it's been 10 years, bro.
10 years, man.
Hey, so I got
y'all boys did that. Shout out to y'all boys, man. Y'all did that one.
Hey,
can we let the
game, bro?
Can we let the cat out the bag?
I mean,
I don't know, can we? Do
yeah, we're gonna let the cat out the bag. We're gonna do a 10-year anniversary repping Indiana song with the fam, Criz Milz, D-Swayze, and Haywire Da Legend. We're gonna do something for y'all, man. We're gonna do something big with the song and the video. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna give it to the world, man. We got 2 more quick songs, real quick, man, and then we're gonna get back to this music 101. We're gonna get back at 5 o'clock right now, Pacific Standard Time, man. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that band segment in about 6:15. We're gonna talk about a quick 5 minutes, then we're gonna come back with that Love Breathe to end it off. But we're gonna go and get to these 2 songs, man. It's My Time, Should Be Next, and then that's myself, Spider Life from Texas, and my fam, my cuz, man. Style Shifter, man, from Bghe, man. Check us out real quick.
Gotta get this money, it's my time, yeah. 24 hours straight grinding. Can't nobody steal my fucking shine, yeah. If you're not fucking with me, I'm leaving you behind, yeah. It's my time, it's my time, it's my time, yeah. 24 hours straight grinding. Can't nobody steal my fucking shine, yeah. If you're not fucking with me, I'm leaving you behind, yeah. It's my time, it's my time.
It's Millie, my pockets on 50, keep bad bitches with me. Your jewelry on chili, you're pushing 150 while rolling up Philly. You're bumping goof theory, you're bopping like Diddy. Persona on Liddy, your bullshit can't miss me. I'm running my city, BGH committee. You niggas ain't killers, you Millie Vanilli. Keep those spitters with me, y'all call her Black Hippie. Your bitch want my Jimmy, she texting me titty. Said this is your kitty, your quickie, that's kicky. My money on busy, I'm talking Jeff Busy. Put on my J1s, I walk out with a shimmy. I'm stirring this jiffy, it's chicken with sticky. From Gianna Windy, that Vegas is tricky. Yo, really, yes, really. Told Blickies on Blicky, my shoulders drop out like we shooting at Ricky. I'm on my king shit, that king drip. Pushing on manners, better with 2 clips. Until Jesus walk in the pulpit. Criz Milz keep a cool spit. I'm the palms like a millions off the Vegas strip. I got commas on commas, I'm about them dollars, but still.
Gotta get this money, it's my time, yeah. 24 hours straight grinding. Can't nobody steal my fucking shine, yeah. If you're not fucking with me, I'm leaving you behind, yeah. It's my time, it's my time, it's my time, yeah. 24 hours straight grinding. Can't nobody steal my fucking shine, yeah. If you're not fucking with me, I'm leaving you behind, yeah. It's my time, it's my time.
Red light, green light, my neck can be the nightlight. I'm the king of the nightlight. Velvet ropes and bottle type, sparklers and flashlight. Bad girls see my light. Haters out, go night night. My team strong, got the beams on. Could be a white sheep next to a fiend's home. Soul waiting in the afterlife. Green room, got 2 best friends in the steam room. Knock knock, boom boom, hit and run and I vroom vroom. Cat dead, she gon' need a tune. Game 3, I'ma need a broom. Okay, now I'm the one. Light so bright, can't fuse it with sun. Nights with me, it's gonna be fun. Championship is gonna be won. Taking us both to the finish. I'm a bad boy, I'm a menace. Your flow has never diminished. Still dripping wet, it's
money,
finished.
it's my time, yeah. 24 hours straight grinding. Can't nobody steal my fucking shine, yeah. If you're not fucking with me, I'm leaving you behind, yeah. It's my time, it's my time, it's my time, yeah. 24 hours straight grinding. Can't nobody steal my fucking shine, yeah. If you're not fucking with me, I'm leaving you behind, yeah. It's my time, it's my time.
Hey, go ahead, Swayze. I'm gonna go and let you do the Love Breathe, bro. It's all you, man.
Huh?
It's all on you guys. It's all on you guys. It's your time. It's your time.
You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe, breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, come on, love and breathe. The mad mathematical matrix of the creation. We tuning in at the 528 HZ. Connect the lights to the universe to love your neighbor. Forgive your enemy, keep no record of wrongdoing. Just keep pursuing the primary junction of abundance. Without love, we have nothing. A tribe called Quest. Happiness at 932 HC. The manifest travels by sounds and not by sight. Solar panels of love. Understand we in this moment. The offering of love. The tranquility from expression. Guiding light of love. In the dark you shall find the beacon of the light. The love heals all wounds and unforgiveness is the attribute from the weak. It's time that we reach the commonwealth of utopia. Christ is more than Calabasas. Breathe in, breathe out, love. You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe, 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 breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out. Come on, love and breathe.
It's the resurrection, decapitation of hatred, giving love. That's beyond basic, not caught up in this matrix. I ain't the one that play with the verbal castration, a lyrical assassination from Bghe the Soul Nation. Hip hop, a fascination. You rappers in violation. You feeding misinformation for corporate validation and money and starvation, causing cultural cancellation. You helping that operation for ghetto manipulation, emancipation, urbanization. This for the congregation, reprogramming royalty, keys and queens, affiliation, teaching the generation of our history, documentation of love. That's black on black collaboration. It's love. No more bucket crap demonstration. What's love? Monetizing, building up our population. I'm on another wavelength of frequency of activation. I heard some combination through every radio station. Breathe.
You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe, breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, come on, love and breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. Breathe.
Y'all have officially been saved.
You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, come on, love and breathe.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Hola, hola.
Bien.
¿Cómo está? ¿Qué pasó?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Qué pasó? Mi hermana
Yeah, man.
de hermano. ¿Qué pasó?
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get back into a little bit of this music business real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back into this a little bit. One more thing we're gonna talk about real quick is ways to make money in the music business, man. You know what I'm saying? It's 35, well, it's really 70, well, it's really more than 70 ways to make money.
Unlimited ways to make money in that shit.
Yeah, in the music business, man. You just have to really hone into your craft, man, and
Be assertive.
on what you're doing, man. So I mean, we talked about concerts earlier, you know what I'm saying, performing live, selling your music, you know what I'm saying, making your music available to stream, merchandise, man. Merchandise is always a big way to get out to your friends and all that. Music licensing, bro. Y'all gotta understand music licensing, man. Music licensing is a big way to get your music in movies, commercials, video games, you know, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You can also offer subscriptions to your fans, man. If you got true hardcore fans, you know what I'm saying, they'll pay for that subscription to be a part of your quote unquote cult, posse, crew, gang, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Mob, fam, all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? You can do partnerships with other companies, people, you know what I'm saying, joint ventures, things of that nature. You can freelance, you know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of stuff, man. You can create a blog for music where you're just talking about music all together. You know what I'm saying? You can start a website so they can follow you on your website. There's so much you can do, man. You can write music for other people, man. And one of the biggest things you can do is, guess what? What you think one of the biggest things you can do?
Man, I know you can get your ass cap and you can get royalties off your ass cap.
Most definitely. But another thing you can do is start a podcast, my G. That's exactly what we did, bro.
And also to give them some more information, Mills. Also now, there's so many grants and shit going on out there for people. All they got, if you go get your LLC, or let me tell you, let me put you on something. Just go get your LLC and start from there, man. They're giving them. There's so many programs that's giving money to things like this now that you can actually go out there and get funding for anything you want to do in life. It's just about putting the motive into doing it. So there's so many ways to make money in music. I mean, it's unlimited abundance for you if you truly have the inspiration to do this music business. There's a lot of ways to get money. It's just about what level you want to take this to in your life. Young artists and all inspiring artists. It's all about what you want to do with your music. So
absolutely. And kind of touch on what you were saying. If you angling to make music and gain profit off of it, and you trying to start off, why not try some of these nonprofit situations? If you know that somebody's doing a community event as far as putting your name and marketing and promoting yourself out there, go and put yourself out there in that event to give a concert to the community, because like Chris said earlier, word of mouth, it spreads like wildfire. You know what I'm saying? So once you start doing certain things like that, you're able to open up more opportunities as getting into the situation, because you don't necessarily have to start with the cash if you know how to network the business. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. That's 100% correct, bro.
Definitely, Haywire. Go ahead, speak that knowledge, young Haywire, the legend.
Hey, man.
The light bulb.
It's important, bro. It's important that that we deliver this information, bro. Because, like I said, some people, they hold this type of information, and it's not the fact that we don't know how to go about it or we don't know how to give this information to one another. It's a selfish situation, unfortunately, and it's hurtful, bro. Because it's so much pure talent out here in this world that a lot of people have not heard, bro, because of everybody's own selfishness to want to perspire and prosper in this thing, and it should be more open. You should want to give that information to see somebody who's trying to pursue their craft just like you go to the top, man. You want to see somebody, make it and congratulate that man. Nowadays, man, it seems as though you got to go pull tooth and nail just to get somebody to hear at least 4 bars of a song that you wrote, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. That's facts, man. I mean, and you gotta really expand outside your crew, bro. You can't make music for your homeboys just to ride around listening to. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta think outside the box, man. Gotta think outside the box. It's important, man, because music is a versatile situation. It's not a one-lane situation, period. Not at all, bro. Different venues. Think about it, bro. We done crossed over to country music, bro. And country music ain't nothing but the blues if you understand your music history, man. Yeah. So it comes with a price when you engage in its hip hop game, man. It goes way deeper than just this whole color image of hair and money, like we mentioned in today's show, which were very interesting aspects. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt, bro. That's all factual, man. Well, let's go on and get this band segment popping off, man, because we got something real controversial to talk about, man. Let's go hit it with it real quick. Let's go and get it popping.
Just for that motherfucking. Just for that. Just for that. Still sounds like you wanna do something. Still sounds like just for that motherfucking.
So on 4th of July, a guy by the name of Robert Eugene Cremo III, decided in the city that he lived in, Highland Park, Illinois, to sit on top of a roof and shoot down into the 4th of July parade that was going on there, killing 6 people and injuring 38 people. One of the reasons that I don't believe that the Second Amendment, right to carry and all that stuff, I don't believe that amendment should be dismantled, but assault rifles should be. You should have the right to carry, but assault rifles for what? I don't care if it's for hunting or any of that. And what he did was spineless. It was a coward move, and we're about to get in his ass right now. Paul.
Right.
I'm gonna let Swayze go. I'm gonna let Swayze go ahead and start it off. Then we're gonna start the wife, and then I'm gonna end it.
I'm gonna start it off and say just a little bit more on a higher conscious level that it goes back to his parenting, man. You know, these kids aren't being held accountable for their actions. So it all starts with parenting, you know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't nobody perfect. We all, you know, have had our encounters in life, but you know what I'm saying? We're blaming this young man. I mean, yes, he definitely is wrong, but this goes deeper than him. From him, it goes more into like how was he raised? Why wasn't he showed accountability for actions? So obviously, he's never been showed accountability from his parents. So yeah, he's definitely in the wrong. But it's on a bigger spectrum than just him, man. Because like you said, we live in a society where like this is real. We have white privilege. This is what you call white privilege at its finest. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take the high road and I'm going to let him breathe. I'm going to take my foot off his neck. Still, I'm at your neck, coward. You know, and that was a cowardly move that you did by taking innocent lives, man.
Very.
Go ahead, Haywire. Where's on you, man?
Man, look, man, first and foremost, man, big salute and much love and prayers all the way up to all the victims, family, and loved ones out there in Highland Park, man. Out there in Illinois, man. It's a very distasteful situation and disheartening when you have to go through an experience like that. Trust and believe. Nobody wants to go through that. Coward move to disrupt a family event due to your own ignorance. They say ignorance is bliss, right? But not at this time, right? This dude caused an act of violence that was totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary amongst the many other situations that we have gone through this year. You see what I'm saying? This goes deeper, and Swayze mentioned outside of parenting, bro. You know what I'm saying? The gun laws, it is so much controversy that goes on to it, man. But to take a loved one unnecessarily, nobody wants to go through that type of pain at all, man. So yes, of course, Mr. Robert Cremo III, you get this ban. You get this ban. Straight up, man.
Real talk.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about B.A.N. You get it. Because first of all, you're weak. That's lame as hell. Okay? Let me just put that out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna pray on everything that the judicial system do what it is it's supposed to do. But we're not gonna go dig deep down in that door. No. But other than that, though, yeah, that man got it. Band trophy, that man.
So one of the things I really want to talk about, man, in this situation, there's a lot of stuff that makes me cringe about this situation. So the people that got hit or the people that were killed was between the age of 8 and 85. His father ran for mayor in Highland Park in 2019. His mother does whatever she does. I ain't even looked that far into it. But he used a Smith & Wesson M&P 15 semi-automatic rifle to carry out the shooting. The not the biggest part, but one of the problems that I have with this whole situation is they tried to put him as a wannabe uninspired rapper artist. Being an artist has nothing to do with what he done or what he did. So stop trying to lay the blame on our culture and our music. And when we're talking about something that is going on that's outside of our culture. Here at BGHE Worldwide Music Podcast, we don't counsel you. We're not part of the cancel culture crew. We're not part of the donkey of the day, but shout out to my boy Charlamagne the God, because I know you do that very well, my brother. But here on BGHE, we banned you. And when we banned you, this is how we feel about you personally. And we hope and we try to really, really say, fuck you. So go ahead and play that outro, because this is how we feel.
Fuck you and your mama for fucking your daddy and having your ignorant bitch ass. That's a bitch ass nigga.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, it's a lot of stuff, man, that we talked about today, that we touched on today real quick. You know what I'm saying? We basically gonna do a quick recap, man. It's 15 things that you shouldn't do. You can look them up online as an artist. You know what I'm saying? There's 5 things you need to look for in a recording contract. You can look that up online too. You know what I'm saying? And there's multiple ways to make money in this, man. If y'all have questions, if y'all have topics, all of that. If you want to send your music, follow our group, man. It's strolling out at the bottom, BGHE Worldwide Music Podcast. Music is spelled MUZICK, or you can follow us on Twitter at BGHEWW Podcast. The WW stand for Worldwide. What we're going to do right now, we had to get the hostility. We really ain't got real hype on it yet. This was the first one. But the further and the longer we go, these segments, these band segments, is going to be real, real intense. You know what I'm saying? We're being cordial right now. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to show.
We're being modest.
Yes, we're trying to show our growth. Because when we talked,
I might have came out just a little bit, but he's speaking the truth right now, though.
Most definitely. I mean, when we talk about it, if you would have saw the behind the scenes talking about it, it was way more intense than what we came on the air with. I had to calm them down. Yeah, I guess we got it all out of the system beforehand. But what we're gonna do right now is bring you back. You know what I'm saying? We had to get him out the way. You know what I'm saying? And remember this, y'all. We're going to have a band list that we put together. Every time you make the band list, I don't know what to tell you. You did it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we about to go into this Love Breed segment, man, because we always got to spread love after we get the hostility off our chest, man. So let's go and hit that intro for the Love Breed segment.
You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe.
Yo.
D-Swayze, the floor is yours.
Okay, today I want to touch on my brothers, man. I really want to touch on the brothers, man. Like, there's so much pressure on the brothers' neck these days, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's a toxic masculine energy that's going around for the brothers, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Growing up as brothers, like, we're conditioned that we're not allowed to show an emotional state. So, we grow up, so many of us, growing up in single homes where our mothers, they're trying to play both roles. They're trying to be the man and the father. So, there's a lot of men that grow up with a lot of built up emotion, and they're not able to release it to no one because, from everyone around us, the society and our own people, that we have to man up. So, we're never allowed to truly breathe our love out. So, and I feel that it's important for us as brothers to show to each other emotion, So I want us all as brothers to learn how to daily more, congratulate another man, a brother, congratulate him. Tell your brothers that you love them, man. It's important. It's important to build up each other as brothers. We have so many women groups out here that's building up each other. As far as for the female, the feminine energy, we need more males out here to stand up and to come together in unity to spread love to our brothers, man. Because we're hurting out here, man. We're hurting, and I'm pretty sure every single one of us has a lot of built up emotions. There's a lot. From us growing up, we've been a lot of men have been molested, and there's all type of situations that's happened for us as men. that we have to bottle up inside a bottle, and then society wonders why there's so many murders out here, that black on black crimes, and so many men on drugs and shit, because we're taught that we're not allowed to show emotion, you know. And I want to get, you know, also I wanted to talk to Milz and my boy Haywire. I want to ask them what is a situation that you felt that you had no outlet to speak about, how you really felt inside as growing up, as maybe as a child, maybe with your father not being present. So Haywire, I want to ask you, what was the time in your life that a situation occurred that you felt that you had no outlet, that you felt like you had to, you know, from our, you know, us being black men growing up, everyone always tells you, oh, y'all got to man the fuck up, man up, nigga, man up. Man up, and you was never able to ever truly express how you really felt. And so imagine all the years of your life that you lived, that there's some things that you had to keep to yourself, brother. And I want you to tell me, how did you go about dealing with that? Like, how did you go about dealing with that?
I'll be honest with you. I feel those pressures at the workplace. You see what I'm saying? And it really didn't start when I was young, because my father was always there. Like, my father was the major influence of why I wanted to be an artist. So his guidance and his leadership on certain things helped me to understand what kind of situations I myself would have to deal with in the long run when I get to the stages that he's already been to. Along with the fact that I had certain other male role model figures around me to give me certain insight when I was slipping up, you know, when I was a knucklehead. You know, sometimes you want to say something, but you can't. And when you're at your workplace, you have to learn how to maintain your composure under any circumstances, because you're walking on a thin, narrow line when you're out that place. Because when you know there's a place where there's a responsibility that's at hand that you know yourself need to go and handle on a daily basis, but there's going to be interferences that are not going to allow you to elevate to that point. For whatever reason that they come, you want to say something so bad, but you already know the consequences of it is what you would do behind it. You know, it's not, and it's unfair sometimes. It is, but you have to sometimes suck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes sucking, but Haywire, sometimes sucking it up don't do you good, no good, bro. You gotta let that shit out.
You right way there don't do you no good, but you let it out.
How do you go about letting it out? How do you let it out? I mean,
oh, that's easy.
Like, do
the
you do
words.
Music? What is your therapeutic method?
Sir. I just said the words, the music. Boy, that's the beautiful thing of music. When you're going through something and you feel you have no escape route, bro, you put it all that passion into your song. That's your story. Whether people pay attention to your story or not, that's on them. But at least you're getting it out in a form that you are comfortable in. Nobody's pressing you to go sit on the couch or this, that, and the third, whether that may be the scenario of resolution for you or not. But still, you use different avenues to give yourself that creativity, which makes you great, bro. Why do you think certain people looked at Triple X Extension and Long Lived, you know what I'm saying? And certain people who tapped in to that type of certain scenarios, you know, so that the world can understand them. You know, and it takes a lot of courage in order to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a development process, Sway, like for real. You make a very valid point.
Like I said, it's definitely a valuable point, because, like I said, there's a lot of people that wasn't actually, you know, they may not have the guidance that you had growing up, my brother. So, you know, let's just look, like, let's say 95% of the African American men, they struggle with this shit. They just don't have an outlet, you know, to it. So Milz, what is the situation, Milz, that you felt that you maybe not, like, you know what I'm saying? What was the situation that made you feel that you needed, like, did you use music as an outlet to release some of your situations that you were going through, brother Milz?
I'm gonna tell you,
always music, bro.
Always.
That's my escape. That's my escape from everything. If I feel something that I can't talk about verbally, well, not verbally, if I can't talk about to that person, I put it in the song and it's out my system. But I mean, my situation is similar to Haywire's situation. You know what I'm saying? My speaker's on my mind, bro. I'm Shirley Jane's son, so you know that's gonna happen regardless. And my father was always there if I needed to talk to him till he passed away in 2003. And if he wasn't there, you know, I had my grandfather, Willie Smith. I had my uncles, you know what I'm saying, Willie, Eddie, Uncle Johnny. You know what I'm saying? I had my Uncle Tony. I had my big cousins, you know, Tom, Kurt, David, David Burton, David Lane, Moochie, you know what I'm saying? Quentin. I had yep, all of them, man. I had Bghe, I had all of them. I had older people to talk to, and even in the neighborhoods, man. Like my guy just passed $1, man. If I ever was going through something, you know what I'm saying, I can hit him up and we can talk for hours, bro. And he give me great advice, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be sorely missed. But like it's pretty much what you said earlier, Swayze. It's a lot of men that don't show emotions because we're programmed not to show emotion.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? The way we're programmed, we're supposed to handle it in violence. That's why we have all the shootings going on.
Right.
You know,
and it's toxic. And
it's toxic. Yes, it's toxic. They go back to something you said earlier in the podcast, crabs in the barrel. Because once you try to get out, what do crabs do? They pull you back down.
Pull you back down, man.
And I'm not just talking in a sense of hurting somebody. If you're succeeding in life, they're gonna try to pull you back in to their level. Like a lot of stuff, like when it comes to the workplace and all that, I don't worry about that because I work for myself. You know what I'm saying? I speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? I understand what Haywire is talking about, but Haywire, real soon, you're gonna be in the same predicament. Everybody on the podcast is gonna be on the same predicament, bro. Where we're gonna be able to say whatever we want to say and get it off our chest. But the thing about it is, us as black men, is that we, one, were taught not to show emotion when we were growing up as kids, which went on to our adult life that we can't communicate with women, we can't communicate amongst brothers. It's like nothing that if it's something that bad that a conversation can't fit, you have to, it's going to something different. But that's something you have to look at yourself with. Because if you admit your faults in the situation and not always trying to point the finger at other people, a lot of stuff can be handled in a different manner. Because you always say, and I was taught this by my mother, my grandfather, you know what I'm saying, and Haywire already know. If you point your finger at one person, that's how many fingers pointing back at you.
Right.
Exactly. So it's just we have to really get out of that inner city mindset that they programmed us, like they stopped, like they never told us our history. We didn't find out until we were in our 40s, 30s. So that's stuff that we really have to come together with as black brothers, as humans, as culture people. We have to do that. Yep. And as men, that's really right.
And we also have to learn that you have to have balance between masculine and feminine energy because it's in all of us.
It's in all of us.
You have to be able to have that outlet. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. I think that I just want to tell all the other brothers, our audience, the brothers that's watching, man. It's okay to tell another man that you're proud of him and that you love him. It's okay to say that. We have a phobia. We have a phobia. We have a phobia about that shit. Like,
but you know,
that's when hate comes into the play, bro. So we need to, as a whole collective of black men, be examples. Regardless, Haywire, if you went through this situation in life and you had that, okay, it's time for you to take that shit and give it to somebody else. Be the voice. Be the voice of the youth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So because we know what it's like. You know what it's like to have the support group. We got these young rappers out here, man, daily. They're assassinating themselves because you know what? They're operating from the toxic masculine energy. They don't know nothing about. They don't know nothing about sharing emotion. They got so much built up in them from their childhoods, from their mothers, maybe on like just the whole situation. So I want us all as the whole world to challenge each other, especially the black men. Hey man, let's show each other love, man. Let's be appreciative for each other, man. Let's congratulate each other. You know what I'm saying? And let's move forward into this next dimension of love, man. And that's the Love Breathe segment.
Yeah.
And to touch on that, man, hold on, wait. And to touch on that, man, I challenge artists to be real in their music.
Be real.
Be real.
Talk about your struggles. Talk about your life. Talk about so you can get it out. Talk about your life so you can understand your life before you end your life.
And let me say this, man. I mean, because, you know, we as a fam gotta be examples, bro. So, Haywire, D-Swayze, Daniel, Royal, I love y'all, bro.
I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I'm proud of you, Mills. I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you. Haywire, I'm proud of you. I love you, brothers. I love y'all, man. I love y'all.
Daniel, Christopher, I love both of y'all. I am proud of the way that y'all have elevated and made it to the top and continue escalating to the top. This is the Bghe Worldwide Music Podcast. Sirs, gentlemen.
Let's do this real quick before we get up out of here. We over 5 minutes, but let's do this before we get up out of here, man. Go ahead, Swayze, with your shout outs, bro.
Man, I want to give a shout out to my children, man. I'm going to give a shout out to my children, my mother. I want to give a shout out to my lady, Cindy Coder, man. I love you, baby. I want to give a shout out to A1219. I want to give a shout out to Haywire. I want to give a shout out to the universe. I want to give a shout out to my boy Greg, man, who put us down on this whole movement, man, and give us the platform to speak, man. Dope Live TV, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I'm in a love frequency right now, man. I'm feeling the love for my brothers, man. Hey, D-Swayze, don't hit that motherfucker, bro.
Go ahead, Haywire.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, man, shout out to my co-host, man, Criz Milz, Swayze. I love y'all boys, man. Keep y'all heads up, keep doing y'all thing. I'm proud of y'all. Shout out to the city that I love, GA. I'm talking about Atlanta. I'm talking about North Side, South Side, East Side, West Side, Zone 4 through 6, stand up. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to everybody at UC Memorial Hospital. You know what I'm talking about? 3 East, 4 East. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Dun?
Cats, chickens, dogs, animals, everybody tuning in right now, man. It is I, the fella you love to hate, Haywire, the legend, that way.
Hey, we're gonna have to change that slogan. It's gonna have to be the fella you love to love, man.
There you go. Hey, buddy love. Baby, buddy love.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in today. Like I said, man, I want to give a shout out to my Aunt Doris. Her anniversary of her passing was July 7th. And then also I want to give a shout out to my brother Robert Dollar Lewis, man. Bobby is what we called him in the hood. On his passing, man. You're gonna hear his name a lot on this podcast, man. Tomorrow's my father's birthday. Rest in peace. Passed away in 2003. Again, my uncle's birthday is July 12th. I want to give a shout out, my brothers, Haywire, Swayze, man. Love y'all to the death and back. You know what I'm saying? Also want to get a shout out to my kids, man. Natasha, Kayla, Jaden, and Truth. I want to shout out to my mom, my brother, everybody, everybody back in the G on 25th Avenue, man. Everybody out here in Vegas that do music, that mess with me, man. I just want to put this out, y'all, man. Next week, man, we doing the music review, man. If you want the music review, music, MP3 form, video, send the link. You can send them to us either on our Facebook chat in the Facebook Messenger, or you can email us at Bghe Worldwide Podcast Mills@gmail.com, or send them through Messenger, man. But get it to us, man. We want this more filled up. We want to hear what y'all talking about, hear what type of music y'all got. It could be new music, it could be old music. Because if y'all don't come with music, then you're gonna be hearing all our music, because we just gonna play our stuff.
Right.
So we up out here for the day, man. But what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna leave y'all with. So the Love Breathe segment, I said we wasn't gonna do this. Swayze was like, let's do it. Haywire was the design vote in it. So we're gonna go and play the song Love Breathe. That's from the snippet of the Love Breathe.
Look at that shit. Hey, look at him. Look at my arm hair standing up on my arm, bro.
Hey man, that's how it is, bro.
That frequency, dog, that energy real.
Frequency level,
Energy
man.
real out here, man. Y'all better get on that.
So,
Arm hair standing up.
this version is actually really the remix version. Cause Swayze did the song without me. Yeah, I'm putting you out there, Swayze. He did the song without me.
Yeah, but hey, I've been waiting for that video clip for a whole year.
Hey, look, he did the song. Look, he did the song without me first. And I was like, he's like, let me know what you think of this. I was like, yeah, bro, that's it's just missing. Hey, look. I was like, it's just missing one thing, bro. He's like, man, what is missing? I was like, Criz Milz ain't on that mug. He's like, forget it, bro. He's like, I'm gonna take the second verse out and go and put something on that, bro. That's what brothers do.
And I'm still waiting for the videos. We're still waiting on the Criz Milz video.
Part of the video, yeah.
I hope that shit happen before the century ends.
But you see, this is what we just talked about earlier.
We don't talk about no videos right now. We ain't
no shit, boy.
No, look, see, this is what we were talking about earlier. Getting stuff on your chest. There's a whole conversation about it, bro. That's what we were talking about earlier. So we showing y'all that yes, we do have these conversations that we talk about on this podcast, bro. So we get it out of our chest, and then what we do at the end of the day. Hey, yo, brothers, I love y'all, bro. We're going to see y'all next week, and we're about to leave y'all with this love breathe.
Hotep, namaste. Hotep, namaste. Peace, y'all. God bless to the gods. Amen. We out.
Amen.
We out.
Amen.
Damn.
We out. Yeah.
Peace. Throw your love signs up, y'all. Throw the love up.
You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe, 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 breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, come on, love and breathe. The mathematical matrix of the creation. We tuning in at the 528 HZ. Connect the lights to the universe to love your neighbor. Forgive your enemy, keep no record of wrongdoing. Just keep pursuing the primary junction of abundance. Without love, we have nothing. A tribe called Quest. Happiness at 932 HC. The manifest travels by sound and not by sight. Solar panels of love. Understand we in this moment. The offering of love. The tranquility from expression. Guiding light of love. In the dark you shall find the beacon of the light. The love heals all wounds and unforgiveness is the attribute from the weak. It's time that we reach the commonwealth of utopia. Christ is more than Calabasas. Breathe in, breathe out, low. You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe, 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 breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, come on, love and breathe.
It's the resurrection, decapitation of hatred, giving love that's beyond basic, not caught up in this matrix. I ain't the one that play with the verbal castration, a lyrical assassination from Bghe, the soul nation, hip hop, a fascination. You rappers in violation, you feeding misinformation from corporate validation and money and starvation, causing cultural cancellation. You helping that operation for ghetto manipulation, emancipation, urbanization. This for the congregation, reprogramming royalty, keys and queens, affiliation, teaching the generation of our history, documentation of love. That's black on black collaboration, it's love. No more bucket crap demonstration, what's love? Monetizing, building up our population. I'm on another wave, it's a frequency of activation. I heard some combination through every radio station. Breathe.
You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe, breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, come on, love and breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, you let your love breathe. You breathe in, breathe out, love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, let the love breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, love breathe, breathe. you breathe in, you breathe out. Love, breathe, you breathe in, you breathe out. Love, breathe, you breathe in, you breathe out. Come on, love and breathe.